Hello everyone, welcome to GoTarryn TV. Today it's a little bit different. It is episode 733, but I want to let everyone out there know that these video blogs will no longer be conducted by Taryn the Traveling Trainer. Rather, instead, some of you have met me, but let me go ahead and reintroduce myself formally in case you haven't met me. I am Dr. T, PhD, your prodigy of sports psychology, and now I'm going to be doing these video blogs like I always do with some of the most awesome health and fitness guests right here, not only in Atlanta, but all over the world. But we do have a gentleman right here in Atlanta, Georgia with Trinity Body Fitness. Mr. Nathan Nowak will be coming on just momentarily. But first, let me ask you if you please be so kind as to like this video, leave us a comment, and share it with all of your friends and family out there. Now, for those of you who know, Nathan Nowak, he is the king of fitness programs, and he's going to be coming right here back on GoTarryn TV after we've checked in last month with him to see how everything's going and a little bit more about his programming, and also to tell you how you can avoid those springtime doldrums. Rather, how do we spring into fitness? How do we truly get motivated? That's what he's going to talk about today. So I love talking to this gentleman. He's going to be awesome. He's going to be the standard of what we do to drive ourselves out there and to get fit and to exercise. So we'll be having him come on here in just a few moments. And remember, with GoTarryn Health and Fitness, it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. We'll be right back. How are you doing out there today?
I'm good, Taryn. How are you?
Good, thank you. And thanks so much again for such short notice and your busy, hectic schedule. I appreciate you being able to get back on here. And we just chatted last month, and I just feel like there's so much to catch up on, with the way things are in the world. And I wanted to bring you on here today, Nathan, because now we're officially entrenched with spring. Yep. And spring is sprung. And first question right out of the bat, how is your spring going for you, both personally and professionally?
Well, both of them are going really well. The pandemic closures and all that aside, business is going really well. We've really adapted. And last month we talked about moving full-time online and being able to reach more people.
Yep.
So that's going really well.
Good.
Our Facebook group is our private group is exploding, and it's getting better and better.
Awesome.
And our membership group that we have online is good.
Okay.
Personally, I'm doing great. Both, Steph and I have not had COVID yet. And we've been rocking and rolling. Military obligations have been fun. I just got back from a 7-day mission. And that's been a lot of fun. So, personally, I've been really focused on my fitness and nutrition because of the fact that the military stuff has scaled up so much that I have to be, we have to be physically fit to do what our job is. So, we've been having fun, and every day is an adventure, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. It's just a different world. And,
Yep.
We were talking, I was kind of letting you know yesterday, I thought a cool kind of way to get back into this thing was to kind of just ask you about motivation, because, that's been definitely the theme that we've noticed with, the people have been given the biggest excuse for the last year of not to have to work out because everything, like you said, was shut down.
Right.
Gyms were closed. Oh, I'm too scared to go to the gym. It's not safe. I shouldn't work
Right.
out with my trainer. Paranoia. Like we talked about this whole fear mongering that was going on. So, that's, kind of leading into that here. What's your take on that? Are you finding that people are coming back to work out and to exercise?
I've noticed that the gyms, in passing, I noticed that gyms are starting to get more people.
Good.
Good. And it's different types of gyms. I've seen, if I pass like a big box gym, they have the parking lot is full, or it's got more people in it. It's
cool.
not what it was before, but it's got more people.
Right.
Some of the smaller CrossFit style gyms, they have a lot of cars in the parking lot, and when you drive by, if you can see in the windows, you can see people in there working out and training.
That's good.
So I think a lot of people are coming back.
Good.
But I also think that there's a lot of people that realize the efficiency of time, not sitting in traffic going to the gym and not sitting in traffic coming home. And they're able to do those workouts that they thought that they could not do without a gym membership. They're able to do them at home, but then now they're knocking off an hour that they have more free time. So
Right.
they're able to get to those because of the fact that there's so much stuff online now, and the quality is so good that you don't have to go to a gym if you don't want to. I mean, if that's your social hour, that's your social time, plus you're getting a good workout and you're feeling physically fit, you're being challenged and you're held accountable to somebody in person. If that's you, that's perfect. But you don't have to do that because of the fact that there's so many online options now. I mean, it's whatever you want. There's a trainer out there, there's a program out there that's going to fit and be customized, to you and what you want to do.
Yeah, Nathan, that's such a good thing to hear because, one of the things that and we kind of touched on this last month when COVID first happened and we were kind of worried about, I was certainly kind of like, uh-oh, what just happened is the business model. And you and Stephanie both jumped on opening possibilities and creating things that maybe we wouldn't have thought about, necessarily had this thing not happened. So on capitalizing on that, are you happy and satisfied now with your programs that you pretty much have set in place?
Yes, and we still focus on, when I had my gym, we had a women's gym, predominantly women's gym.
Right.
If you were a guy, you could be referred by a female member and you could come in and do the gym. So we weren't women's exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed that. But I feel like, in 2013, when I closed my gym, I felt like I was stuck in the brick and mortar. I went out and spoke a lot, and I traveled the country speaking on fitness, nutrition, and empowerment. But I still felt like I had to come, and I had a lot of overhead, and I had I felt personally that I couldn't get my message out fast enough, far enough with the reach because of the fact that I had to focus on this business.
Yeah.
But now that we've backed everything off, now with social media and all the different platforms, and you're able to get your voice out there, we're able to reach more people, do more things.
Yeah.
Like, for example, on a Monday, I might record 5 or 6 or 10 videos, and then I can push them out and schedule them so that I don't have to be, oh my gosh, I got to be online right now. I got to be live right now.
Yeah.
I can actually schedule everything, right? So I'm more efficient with my time. And then I'm able to, with the clients that I do have, all over, I'm able to spend more time with them because now I'm not like, oh my God, I got to do this, or I got to go to a seminar. I got to do this. I got to do that. I'm able to, my schedule has changed. And I feel like it's a little bit more efficient way of doing our business. And the programs that we have are from beginners up to elite athletes. And we're able to customize and do everything that we did before, that we did in person. We do online now, and everybody seems really, really happy with that.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really good. Again, it's just so great to have options and, especially with the weather now, people can't really use that, I guess, as an excuse because now, here in Atlanta, obviously, we're having such beautiful weather. But, with some of the programs that you've got going on, I guess kind of go in a little further detail, Nathan, like what are those looking like? What are you mostly excited about here in the next month or two on your programming?
Well, I've got, we have our 21-day body transformation challenge, and that is for somebody that's brand new to working out, and it's somebody that has been working out pretty consistently for a long time, and it's kind of gotten that proverbial plateau.
Yeah.
They need to mix it up. So that 21-day program is really, it beats the spectrum. Plus, it's only 21 days. So I can really change some habits. I can really create some standards for somebody and really see some significant changes in the first 7 days.
Sure.
But in 21 days, you can see a lot. With, like you said, with spring coming, the sun is rising early in the morning. It's setting late at night.
That's
so
true.
Now you've got more time to get out and get a run in before work or after work. And, now I know we're now getting to the end of April and people, New Year's resolutions, they're either set or they're not. But you can really this is the moment, like May is the moment where you can say, okay, we're starting to get in, we're in spring, we're starting to get into summer. I didn't quite get where I wanted to with my New Year's resolutions in the beginning of the year, but now I can kind of reevaluate, reassess, and figure out where I want to go. And within, the 30 days, 60 days before the end of the summer, I can actually get what I want out of my fitness and nutrition goals that I had set for myself for the beginning of the year. So don't, don't write yourself off if you started off slow or, you had these delusions of grandeur that you didn't get to, right? Yeah. You can recommit. And figure out, okay, what did I do? What habits do I need to change? What standard of living do I have to live my life to change, in order to create those good habits and
Mm-hmm.
make those habits stick so that I can get the results in my life that I want.
Yeah.
So that's, and we've got a bikini body program that we have with clients. We also talk a lot about self-defense for women because
Mm-hmm.
of the fact that, the sun's out, the flowers are blooming, but guess what else is out? When we start running, and I say we, but I don't wear sports bras. You're shedding those clothes. I mean, this is specifically to women and men too,
Yeah.
but you're shedding those clothes, and predators come out in April and May, and you start to see assaults on runners and bikers and stuff more in the springtime than at any other time.
Sure.
So, those are the things we really talk about: self-defense and really paying attention to what you're doing, and not be on your phone, and have situational awareness, and have a buddy system, and figure out, different things of what I'm going to do in certain situations to keep myself safe. So not only do we talk about, losing weight, feeling good, looking good in a bikini, but we also talk about the empowerment part of the self-defense and keeping yourself safe and protected as well.
Yeah, that's so huge too. I mean, you're right. And it's just wonderful to be able to explore that, because a lot of people, let's face it, especially women, but being self-conscious is definitely something that, they've had. And a lot of people, I've heard this from some people not coming back to the gym or not working out, is because several people have said that this, and it sounds like an excuse once everything closed down, that there are some people that have quarantined like the whole year, that they haven't been out of the house for a year. And I guess they haven't explored those options that you're talking about with online training and such. And I guess they're still kind of, just waiting to get vaccinated in some cases. Or I hear that in some other cases they're waiting for all the COVID cases to go away and to disappear, or even for the pandemic to end. But what do you see, Nathan, as far as the rest of this year goes with 2021? Are you seeing things going to just continue to pick back up? Because it's certainly, if you look at traffic in Atlanta, you would suggest that, right?
Yep. And I think things are going to pick back up. I think more people are going to come out. And because of the fact that, the jury's still out. We still don't understand really how to contract COVID.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it was wash everything until everything is bloody and raw.
Yeah.
Because you can, I can just, touch your finger and get it.
Yeah.
Now they're saying if you wash too much, now that's bad for you. And then they're saying 6 feet, 12 feet, 14 feet, none of that stuff works, or you can't get it all. 2 masks. I mean, if you're going to wear 2 masks, you're probably the same person that wears 2 pairs of swim trunks to go in the pool. So when you pee in the pool, it's okay. I don't know. But, I see things picking up. I think, I think that some people are going to be afraid, and it's unfortunate that, it's unfortunate people have bought into that fear mongering.
Sure.
There's nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah.
You've got to live your life. And it's the same thing we talk about with self-defense. This is a good analogy.
Yeah.
If you hear that somebody's attacked, or if you feel like you're going to be attacked, and you live boxed in your house, you're not living your life. You're either going to get COVID or you're not going to get COVID.
True.
I mean, ultimately, I mean, I don't want to sound doom and gloom, but ultimately, in a stoic thing, we're all going to die.
True. Good point.
You can't not cheat death. It's going to come. And unfortunately, right, we don't know when that day is. I mean, we could be hit by a meteor. We could be hit by a MARTA bus. We could just have a brain aneurysm and die. And what I don't want to do, and I know you don't want to do, you want to live life to the fullest.
Sure.
And I'm just not going to be afraid, because when you have fear, do you ever accomplish anything in a fear state? No. You close yourself off.
Good point.
So, you've got to be free. And of course, you have to take precautions, and you have to be careful, but don't live in fear. Don't cut yourself off. And like you said, I really do believe, I'm a hardcore person in life, and to myself, to everybody, and because I feel like I want to be the best that I can be and live at a peak performance all the time. I try to raise my friends, my family, my clients, and I try to get people to live at a peak performance state all the time.
Yeah.
You can't do that if you're living in fear. You've got to, basically just get rid of the fear and do it anyway. You've got to keep moving. So that's kind of where, what I'm doing. If you're still thinking fear and you're still held up in your house waiting for someone to come save you, you're using it as an excuse or a crutch. And how well has it served you over the last 12 months? Have you, most people that I've talked to that have really, really been fearful and afraid and have closed themselves in, have more chronic illness, have higher blood pressure,
Mm-hmm.
have more medical problems, are suffering from depression. They're all of the things.
Yeah.
Those are coming from the fear people.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
Not the
Mm-hmm.
happy, let's go do this, let's live life to the fullest people.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
so that's the kind of thing you have to make that decision. That's an independent decision. And I don't judge you for whatever you do, but you can tell. If you're living in fear, you're going to have more problems. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't live in fear and you live in happiness and you try to live life to the fullest and help others as you're helping yourself, you're going to see more gratitude coming back to you, and I think you'll feel more fulfilled in life, and you'll get better results than what you're looking for.
Oh, wow. Yeah, very well said, Nathan. That's very, very good. And you hit the nail on the head, because a lot of times, just to go on that point, a lot of the people that I've observed who we haven't seen at the gym, or they're stuck at home and they're, like you said, fearful. They're
Right.
not the ones that are working out. They're not the ones that are exercising, and therefore, generally speaking, you usually see that they're not the best in shape. And you touched on a lot of those points there. And just physically, they're not fit because, again, they're not moving. They're
Right.
usually just stuck at home, and it becomes a really scary, vicious cycle. And I think people really have to avoid that and just be really careful, because as long as we're moving and doing something and being active and not letting things like that interrupt in your life and, just block us from getting stuff done. They're just like you said, you're not going to make any momentum or movement. And it's really going to be detrimental in the long run for so many people. But hopefully, as a society, our country, our state, our city of Atlanta, hopefully we could move forward and just get on this, because there's so much potential and there's so much opportunity right now. And I think we're really dropping the ball on that in many ways, because you're seeing so many leaders in different departments that are bringing us down the wrong path, and
Right.
it really should be turned around, hopefully, because I think you're right. The result would be better served if we were all just proactive on this thing and just got out and just moved. And the healthier we are, and our immune system's built up, we get the flu, we get COVID, whatever we get, we should be able to just overcome that anyway. But
Right.
yeah, I think you're right. I think that it's gone too much to that other end, that other extreme. So, just let's hope that in the springtime, people could get through these doldrums. And what other, things can you touch on in terms of how to motivate people? How can they be self-motivated? When they're working out with you, like what things should they be doing on their own? Accountability, commitment, things of that nature. What do you want to say on that?
Well, first, like you were saying, if you're stuck at home, you don't want to go to the gym, you don't want to go out, you
Yeah.
can, you still have a choice on what you're eating.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to the grocery store. Okay, fine. You use Instacart,
Mm-hmm.
and you choose the foods that Instacart brings you.
It's
So
true.
you could you could get healthier options. You
Mm-hmm.
could supplement with, B vitamins and other mood enhancement vitamins that are going to
Yeah.
help you, lift your mood up.
Mm-hmm.
Where there are so many online options for working out that you don't have to go to the gym. And I mean, on our membership site, we show somebody that if they have less than 6 feet by 6 feet,
Mm-hmm.
we've got workouts for them to do with very minimal equipment. So really, if you're still holding on to those excuses that you had 12 months ago, they're pretty much, I mean, it's almost like you're still holding on to the fact that the earth might be flat. I mean, it's been debunked, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So here's the thing is people talk about habits. We talk about habits. We want to get these good habits. And sometimes why can't these habits stick? Why can't I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning? Why can't I, run? I want to run, but I just can't get the habit. It's not your habits. It's your level. It's your standard. It's your standard of living that you live at.
Mm-hmm.
You need to change your standards and say, I am going to be the person. If you want to be a runner, then you be a runner. It's the same thing as, people that are alcoholics or they're smokers. I'm a smoker. They identify that they're a smoker. I'm an alcoholic. I identify with that.
Mm-hmm.
But you can change your identity at any time. You don't have to be an alcoholic. You don't have to be a smoker. You don't have to be, or you could be, a runner.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to figure out what the standard is for somebody, the ideal person. And I'm using running as an example, but it could be weightlifting, it could be anything.
Yeah.
It could be a millionaire, it could be a business owner. But you think of the standards that you see in people that are runners. You take 10 runners and you figure out what are the same significant standards? What are the things that stick out that every single one of those people do that makes them a runner? And you use those. And then you figure out, well, what are their habits? What do they do? Well, if you know that you're usually a little more tired at the end of the day, you need to get that run in first thing in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
You have to hold yourself to a standard. I mean, you don't pee the bed. You tie
Mm-hmm.
your shoes before you leave the house.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're a good person, right?
Right,
So
exactly.
if you associate, and you have the standards of a
Mm-hmm.
good person, you have the standards of somebody that doesn't pee in the bed. You have the standards of somebody that's not going to cut somebody off in traffic. They're going to let them in. So if you have those kind of standards, you can create the standards of the person that you want to be, that's going to work out, that's going to have fun in fitness, that's going to go for runs, that's going to get up early when the alarm clock first goes off, that's going to live that life.
Mm-hmm.
You choose that. But right now, some people are choosing to be below standard or below average or below where they want to be,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not happy, they're not fulfilled. And the only person you really have to be upset with is the person looking at yourself in the mirror versus the person that you're looking out at through the window.
Mm-hmm.
So when we change our standards, then we can change our habits. Our habits will stick, because you can't have a standard without these certain habits, because the habits make the standard. And then you will see the results that you want to get.
Oh, yeah. Great point there, Nathan. And, having said that, that's something that you help with your clients, right? I mean, it
Yes.
seems like, that's a point that it looks like you really go across with your points, because with your clients, because I've noticed about you when you're working with your clients, it's not just let's work out, okay, see you next time. Really, can you kind of talk us through, because when they work out with you, there is not just a training session, but it's almost like a relationship, it sounds like. I mean, you really hold your clients accountable, it sounds like.
Right.
That's what I've observed with you.
And that's, that comes from my athleticism, going to the Olympic trial qualifier, racing for Team USA. I hold my clients to the level that I held myself when I was training.
Yeah.
No, you're not, maybe you don't have the desire to go to the Olympics. Maybe you don't want to race at that level. That's not what I'm talking about. But everybody has a standard, right? That can be, that they can be at that peak performance level. And it's different for everybody. And we find that for everybody. And I use, and people say, well, you're a personal trainer. Well, I'm a personal trainer. I'm a fitness professional. I'm an empowerment coach. I'm a peak performance coach. And I don't mean just performance in athleticism or in your body. I'm talking about in life. I just use the vehicle of fitness, nutrition, and empowerment of like personal protection to get you to that next level. So when we had our women's gym, and we would coach women's taekwondo every year, we would take women that maybe had some athletic background, never fought before, or maybe had no athletic experience whatsoever, and turn them into national champions within 6 months.
Oh, wow.
So people were like, wow, you're creating fighters. Yes, I'm creating fighters, but I'm creating empowerment of women through fighting. I was using the vehicle of fighting in taekwondo to get women to live a peak performance life, because when they came back, when you're standing on top of the podium and you have that gold medal around your neck and you're like, wow, I am the best in the country. You come back from that, you can tackle anything.
Yeah.
You can have a better relationship. You don't have to listen to people, mess with you or talk down to you anymore. You can get a better job. I mean, we had women that would come back, they would quit their job, get a better job, go buy their car, leave a deadbeat relationship because of the fact that they realize, I can do this. The brakes are off. The governor is off. I'm ready to go. I can go full throttle. And to this day, I get emails, I get calls, I get texts from people saying, I am so grateful that you pushed me to the limit. Sometimes I hated you, Nathan, but you pushed me to the limit, because now I'm living such a great life that I probably would not have had if it wasn't for you. And that is like, oh my gosh, that's what it is. It's not about the 10 pounds. It's not about bicep curls. You can see that on YouTube. It's the fact that we know how to get into somebody's psyche and pull out the negativity and give them the possibility of peak performance and being able to do and be and have anything that you want to have in life. And that is ultimately what it is. I just use the vehicles of fitness and nutrition, athleticism, personal power through mental toughness of doing physical things to push somebody to get the empowerment part where they can rise and be at a higher level.
Awesome. I love it. Yeah, that's wonderful, Nathan. Great. Well, that's terrific. Again, I appreciate you've really packaged it in a nice nutshell there for us to just kind of live to more motivation and just be more self-determined, which it's all about. I mean, you're absolutely right. Nathan, a few questions before I let you go. I wanted to first ask you, please, talk about maybe the program that you've got available now. You touched on it a little bit. How can people reach you, and how can they go ahead and sign up with you, please?
Okay. Well, you can go to 21daybodytransformationchallenge.com. You can go on there, and it's a 21-day system that's broken down into 3 weeks. You're going to get the full system. You're going to get workout videos. I do each week, because we used to do this in person at the gym. Each week is done on a webinar, so you have access to the complete manual. But then we also break down every single week in a PowerPoint presentation on a webinar. You're going to get fitness tracking, nutrition tracking, goal setting. You get our rule of 3. You get our carb manipulation program. There's so much stuff. I think I give over like $1,400 worth of stuff in that program to give you everything you need. A supermarket tour that we did. It's virtual now. And it's still only $47. Okay. So you can go in, and $21. And if you don't get the result that you want, if you're not happy, then I'll give you your money back.
Oh, wow.
So it's really, there's nothing to lose, and there's nothing to lose. And the only thing that you really have to lose is weight, if that's what you're looking for. But we've had people lose 10 to 12 pounds in the first 7 days. We've helped people reverse chronic illness on the program. And like I said, it's somebody that's just starting off to somebody that's an elite athlete that needs to kind of reset and reassess where they are and keep moving forward. So it battles the spectrum, but the program is still $47. It's going to go up. And I keep telling people it's going to go up to $97 pretty soon. So if you're interested, don't sit and wait, because it's going to go up, and then that's it. Yeah. But that's the best way. You can also find me on Facebook. We have a private Facebook group. You don't have to buy any of our programs to be in that Facebook group. Just find it as Trinity Fitness, and then you can go on there and ask to be a member. We'll invite you in, and then we've got lots and lots of content, from workouts to nutrition to recipes, all sorts of health and fitness and empowerment tips that you're going to get on a daily basis to help you live a peak performance life. So it really starts with the Facebook group, if that's what you want to do, and you check us out and see what we're all about.
You got it, Nathan. We'll do. I'll get that on the screen here momentarily. But as always, I appreciate your time, and thank you so much. And I hope you and Stephanie have a wonderful rest of the week. Happy spring, and looking forward
to you.
Thank you so much, and let's get you back on here next month for another one of these, please.
Sounds good. Thanks, Darren.
Excellent. Thank you, Nathan.
Okay.
Bye-bye.